Slapping your teenage child or taking money from their paycheck to help pay bills may rub some people the wrong way, but according to the New Jersey Supreme Court, it does not constitute child abuse. A teenage girl was removed from her home after her grandfather reported her parents to authorities. He said that they were taking her earnings and slapping her around. A Division of Youth and Family Services worker also found that the home had no heat and authorized an immediate removal. Psychologist Dr. Jeffrey Gaudier says that the court found the case fell short of abuse.
It doesn't rise to neglect, abuse, or corporal punishment. Now, this may be very bad parenting, but again, it does not constitute abuse.
The court found that DYFS lacked enough evidence to remove the teen from her father and stepmother's home. They also dropped the abuse and neglect judgment against her stepmother.
We're taking on this controversial state Supreme Court ruling. Joining us, Diana Otan, co-director of the New Jersey Statewide Parent Advocacy Network, and legal analyst Gwendolyn Lindsay Jackson. Ms. Otan, starting with you, the state Supreme Court says slapping a teen or taking money from their paycheck to pay family bills does not constitute child neglect or abuse. Your view of the ruling?
Statewide Parent Advocacy Network agrees with this ruling. We do not see anything in the facts of this case that would justify taking a child away from their parents. We don't approve of parents slapping their teenagers, but that is not child abuse that would require a child to be removed and placed in foster care.
Ms. Jackson, what's your take on this?
Well, I think it's outrageous. Number one, I don't think it should have gone all the way to the Supreme Court. This should have been a criminal investigation. This child was feloniously assaulted and slapped. How many of those Supreme Court justices would allow themselves or their children to be slapped because they don't bring in enough money, okay, to feed the family? This is outrageous. This is a travesty of justice. And the problem is, in New Jersey State Court, this is the top ruling, so there's nothing she can do to get justice in New Jersey State Supreme Court.
Ms. Otan, what do you think?
Season
well,
on children.
I think this is a perfect example of a situation where the family's economic situation resulted in DYFS taking action to remove the child from the home. The allegations around not having heat in the house should not have resulted in removing the child from the home, but instead should have resulted in DYFS trying to find resources to help the family. This is not an isolated incident. We get calls from families often where DYFS is called not because there's real abuse, but because the family is in a difficult financial situation, and DYFS should be helping them get the resources instead of taking the child away.
They should have been referred for a criminal investigation.
Okay, Ms. Otan, we'll give you a chance to finish your point.
My point is that the research shows that removing children from their family does not result in a positive impact on the child, and so that's why in order to remove a child from their home there needs to be very strong evidence of real abuse that did not exist in this case. And if this had been an upper middle class or a rich family, there's no way that this child would have been removed from the home. And the resources should have been provided to this family to help them have more positive discipline and to help them have heat in their house, and I think that there's no abuse by asking a family to contribute to the household income. It happens all the time, and it should happen.
This child lived in a lower economic home, and I think because of the fact that the child was in a lower economic situation, the court did not respect this child and ruled against this child and allowed this child to be abused.
The Supreme Court said an occasional slap, although hardly admirable, does not fit the prohibition against excessive corporal punishment. So what do you say about that?
I think that's outrageous. I do not believe, and even the other guests suggest that you should not slap your child. What the Supreme Court has done in New Jersey has made it legal to slap your child and take their money, and that is unacceptable.
But removing the child from the home for an occasional slap is not the appropriate step for the state to take. And it was a unanimous decision by the New Jersey Supreme Court.
It sure was, and it's a shame.
We're out of time. Diana Otan and Gwendolyn Lindsay Jackson, thanks for joining us.